Hello, good afternoon. So, another important matters nga itong mahiwaan regarding sa function is what you called as well as piecewise function. So, not all functions require only one formula. But at the same time, na mga functions that requires more formula. So, that is why we can use piecewise functions and that matters. So, when you say piecewise function, it is defined as the multiple sub-functions, no? Where each sub-functions applies to a certain interval of the main function's domain. So, nag-apply sila certain interval. That means na ay restrictions when to use a certain sub-functions of the main functions. Okay? So, here we need or we use piecewise function if we have more than one formula to define what is our output or what is the value for our y or the range. So each formula has its own domain. Kana nga domain magbase na sa atong interval, and the domain of the function of our main function is the union no kay ang domain sa if we have two sub-functions sa duha ka sub-function, or if we have three sub-functions kadto itibo nato, no, nga mao na ang domain sa atong function. So the union of the smaller domains sabtan. So mao ni ang hitsura kung naatay usa ka piecewise function. So our main domain have here naatay our main function have three sub-functions. Each has different domains. Naay tag sa ka-domains kaya sub-function. For example, dere we use this sub-function, the first sub-function, if our domain is less than 2. Example, 0, -1, -3. So, mga 1. So, less than man na, gamay man na ni 2. So, kani nga formula itong gamiton. If our domain is equal to 2, so, maupod na siya nga sub-function. Then, if our domains are greater than 2, so y opposite to mga numbers that are greater than 2, dako pa kaysa ni 2. So 3, 4, 5, 100, so on and so forth. We use the third sub-function, which is square root of x plus 1. Sabta na. So, gitagsa-tagsaon na to ha. Kung gihatagan mo domain or value of x equal to 0, asa man ka ma-observed ana. So, kanang gihatag na intervals. So, dingin man na equal to 0. Ang diriya kay x less than 2, x equal to 2, x greater than 2. So, asa man na belong si x equal to 0. Si 0 kay less than man na siya ni 2. That is why naa si dyan nga ning first sub-function. Mao na ahong butang diraan. Nasabtan. So, f of x is equal to x plus 2. Just substitute the value of x, which is 0. Then, apply the Jamdas rule. So, 0 plus 2. That is why our f of 0, or ayaw kalipat because still it is equal to y, is equal to 2. So, when our domain is 0, our range is 2. Okay? How about if we have 2? X is equal to 2. So, asa man siya nga interval na belong? Which interval? So, in the second sub-function. That is why I use f of x equal to 2x squared plus 2. Sabtan. So, here, again, substitute the value of x to 2. And next, na-substitute na nimo, follow dyan tas grouping symbols, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So, let's do first the exponent. So, 2 squared equal to 4. Then, then, multiplication over addition, we do first multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8, then plus 2. So, ayaw dyan ninyo ilibat-libat. Kaya basing mag-una mo si 4 plus 2 before mo multiply by 2. So, it's different. So, make sure to do multiplication first before addition. So, 8 plus 2 equal to 10. This is why our y, or f of 2, is equal to 10. So, ordered pair, when 2 is the value of our x, we have 10 as our range, or our value of I. Very sad, when x is equal to 3, unsa na pod nga sub-function that must be used. So, since 3 is greater than 2, so tanawa na interval asa na belong si 3. So, on the third one, square root of x plus 1. So, substitute value of x, 3, then 3. Okay, then follow Jamda's rule. So, 3 plus 2 is equal to 4. So, square root of 4. Here, square root of 4 is a perfect square. So, 2 times 2. Mana. So, diba, ang factors ni 4 or kay 2 times 2, then ang gimin ng square root, that means cross ka og the same na number, duha ka buok, square root. So, 2, then gawas, equal sa usa. So, 2. Ona. So, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, nasabta na. So, atong i-apply ang how about doing or creating your own piecewise function according to some problems. Oh, by the way, kung imo na siyang i-graph, you can see that inanay ang graphing because of some interval or restrictions nga atong i-apply. So, we can use different graphing apps like Desmos. Mas easier po siya sa phone kay user-friendly siya, no need of an internet connection. So, but if you wanna explore to other graphing tools, daghan pa na sila. Uban free, uban na need internet connections. So, but do not use it during examinations, okay? So, para na siya sa for you, for para ma-check ninyo whether you are correct or not. So, here's the problem. So, the problem is, a user is charged 350 pesos monthly for a particular mobile plan. So, which includes 150 pesos free text, 150 free text messages. So, if I am a user, then mo avail ko ani nga plan, I will pay for 350 per month. Then, naanak ko libre nga 150 pesos free text messages. If the messages is excess, in lapas na sa 150, I am charged, if I am the user, 1 peso for the excess. Okay? So, represent the monthly cost for text messaging using function T of M. So, ang gigamit na T of M, representing what is the amount paid of a consumer, like me, if I'm the user, pila may akong mabayaran sa usa ka month using a piecewise function. So, and they represented the number of messages you sent in a month. Mo na si M diha as of done. So your solution here is let T of M is the amount paid of the consumer per month. That is your function. Here naatay duha ka possible nga payment. So ang first is 350 ra imong mabayran kung 150 free text messages na imong magamit. Kay free naman na. Mo naman ang free ni just sa imong 350 per month. Bisan pag di ka mo lapas og 150 or less than 150 imo tahay or wa jud kay na kuan. I mean less than 150 or exact 150 nga text messages, you will charge to 350 per month. Ang sunod is you will be you will pay some additional charge if mulapas na ka sa 150 pesos. So since duha man siya ang imong kailangan huna-hunaon nilapas baka or wala, so you can use piecewise function kay you need two formulas to solve diri ang problem. So this is the formula. Mao ni ang kuan. So T of M 350 lang imong bayran. You just say T of M is equal to 350 if your number of messages sent in a month is greater than 0, 1 messages, 2 messages, 10 messages, but make sure that is less than to 150 or equal to 150. Wa sadya mula pa sa 150, exact may 150 or less. So ang imong mabayran in a month is 350. It is the first formula to be used. Automatic na 100 ra 350 mabayran. 20 messages only ang imong nagamit, automatic 350 na imong mabayran. But if you have greater than 150 messages, you are need to use this second function formula, which is, or the sub function 350 plus M. Nanong M naman na dinaa, assuming that M nga imong ibutang dinaa is the number of messages nga excess na sa 150. Puntahay 152. So ang imong excess nga messages nga na sent in a month is 2. So times 1 mo na 2 na diha ibutang nimo. So you need to pay 352. So pwede sad ni basig naglibog mo, pwede sad ni ma-use 350 as M minus 150 for the second subfunction. Okay, so meaning ang imo ra ibutang diri pila ka messages in a month imong nagamit. So for example, 200 times 150. Then copy the first formula. I mean, make sure to have you ang halag equal f of x. Sorry, kay mouse range nang ginamit. So wala na ko nagbutang dihag any amount kay 1 peso naman na. That means any number multiplied to 1 still that number. So 350 plus 200 minus 150, that is 50. So you have to pay f of x equal to your y is equal to, this is not f of x for this problem because ang ato din gamit is T of M deh. Sorry. So use T of M instead of f of x. Pero the same na we can use different representation of variable mansad. Depende na to. Usually, kung unsay atong problem nga gusto pang itaon, unsay first letter niya, may itong gamitan. So, this is the amount paid by a consumer who send 200 messages in a month. So, 350. Then, ang excess niya sa 50 mo ng 400 hijang mabayran. Nasabta na. Okay? So, ready for the next problem? So, the next problem says that a certain chocolate bar costs 45 pesos per piece. So, however, if you buy more than 5 pieces, they will mark down the price to 40 pesos per piece. Use a piecewise function to represent this in terms of the number of chocolate bars bought. So, atong function magdepende sa pila ka chocolate bars gipalit sa ka-consumer. So, f of n is represented the amount paid by the consumer each month. No, ang n din na is the number of chocolate bars. Okay? So, here, duha gihapon ni ang atong formula nga i-expect. So, ang wala mo lapas og 5 kabuok chocolate or katong nilapas. Kaya, di ba, ingon diri sa problem nato kung kung 45 the original price is 45 pesos ang kada chocolate bar as long as 1 to 5 pieces ang imong mapalit. Kaya nga naman, kaya more than na, according to the second sentence, if you buy more than 5 pieces, it will mark down. So, tagaan pa mo og less. Mahimo na lamang 40 pesos per piece ang chocolate bar. Nasabta na. So, dali ra kadyo ang atong function ani. So, f of n is equal to, dirita sa kinaunhan nga interval, kung ang atong number of chocolate bars is greater than 0, pero less than sa or equal ni 5, we have this one, 45 times n. Nganong times n man, mao man na ang number of chocolate bars imong gipalit. For example, 4 kabuok. So, 45 times 4. Nakuha na. Which is equal to 180. So, kung imo pong gipalit is greater than 5. For example, 6 na kabuok. So, makatipid na kakay. Tag 40 na lamang ang usa. So, may f of n is equal to 40. The amount per piece o ang n din na is the number of chocolate bars you bought more than 5. So, 40 times 5. So, equal to 20. So, ang gikon diri igmulapas na. Usa pa mo gamay mo mark down ang imong price. Nasabtan. So, your y or your f of n, the same lang na is equal to 20. Uy, not 20. 40 times 5. That is 200. Nanon di 20 man ako. So, 200. I'm sorry. So, next. So, hala nang koan para mas masaktan ninyo. So, next, last one. So, a tricycle ride, 20 pesos for the first 1 kilometer. Cost, ang diyang cost. Kung biyahe ka o sa kilometro, mo mabayaran kung nagsakay ka tricycle, 20 pesos. But if more than 1 kilometer, you should add or there is an additional fare cost 5 pesos per half kilometer naning lapas. So, use piecewise function to represent this one. So, ang gamiton nimo is in terms of the distance d in kilometers. D. So, instead nga you use f of x, we will use this time as, for example, f of d. Hinaamay gihatag jud nga representation. So, ang sa gingon, for first kilometer, nga ride, tricycle ride, you will just pay for 20 pesos. So, mo na ang first subfunction nato is f, not f of x, use f of d. F of d is equal to 20. Now, if we have, for example, 2 kay greater than 1 na siya ka kilometers, this is the second subfunction will be used because it means that you need to pay for the first kilometer ride and then mag-add na ka og 5 pesos per saman half kilometer. Kanang may 0.5 din na or you can use 1/2 instead of 0.5 times d minus 1. Asa mo ng d? O pila ka distance ang imong na travel. For example, you travel for 2 kilometers. So, alin-ana nimo diha o you will represent it as 2. Substitute d equal to 2. Then 2 minus 1, 1. And then 1 divided by 0.5 or 1/2. That means pila man? 1/2 times 1 or 1 divided by 0.5, that is equal to 2. So, 2 times 5, mahimo na lang siyang 10. No? Then, mo to imong na-add yung fare plus the original fare for first 1 kilometer nimo or first kilometer nimo, first one. You will pay 30. So, maon dapat magtan-aw na to ang interval. Careful sa pag-use sa subfunctions nga imong gamiton. Nasabta na? Okay. Thank you. That is for the piecewise function.